In this video I'm going to be reviewing some of the stuff that I got about 6 months ago to review and seeing if it's still up to its job or if it's fallen apart and had to be thrown by the wayside. Join me, roll titles. Well, hi YouTube, Brian James, I'm Micro Four Thirds guy with you once again, and this is first part of a couple of videos I'm doing where I'm going to be reviewing the equipment which I've been given or loaned by manufacturers. Not the stuff I've had to buy myself, these are the things which they've given me for me to review on their behalf. So from that point of view, it is a supported video. It's not a paid for video. I haven't been told what to say. I haven't been told whether to say I like things or not. But it's one of those sort of videos where I just thought I'd revisit them. But I'm going to do this in a couple of parts. And this first one is concentrating on one company in particular because they've actually given discount codes. And if you want to see what the discount codes are, there's some quite good discounts. Keep watching. But there's also details in the description below. And that's Kentfaith with their K&F Concept range. Now I've got a couple of items from K&F Concept. And this video is, and the next one as well, is going to be looking as to whether the equipment has stood the test of time, because I'm not easy on my equipment, I must admit. I don't super take care of things. I use equipment rather than show off with it, shall we say. So my equipment has to be used. It gets into various countries and various places around the UK, and it has to stand up to the wear and tear. So I'm going to be looking as to whether this stuff I got from K&F has stood wear and tear, or if it's fallen apart, if I've had to have replacement parts, if I've had to have all sorts of things. Now, as I say, K&F have not told me what to say. They've not given me any guidance. They literally gave me some discount codes and said, would you like to support us? Because it's their 7th anniversary as a company. They've been going 7 years, and I said, yes, I'd love to take part in that if I can do a follow-up review of the kit that you've gave us. So they said yes on that one. So I've got 2 items that I got from K&F Concept. First of all is this. I'm terrible on numbers. You've noticed I'm terrible on numbers. I'm getting old. This is my A254 C4 tripod, and this I reviewed 4 or 5 months ago. And as I said at the time, I'm not a huge tripod user, but I need to use them. If I'm doing videos and things, I can't always hold the camera and things. So I was sent this, a carbon fibre tripod, quite a tall one. It stands about my height, so it's really good if you're a tall photographer. But it's light, it's carbon fibre. It's not that light, actually. I thought it was going to be really light being carbon fibre. I thought it was going to be a bit flimsy. In actual fact, it's absolutely solid. There isn't a mark on it. This has been to Cyprus with me twice. It's been shuffled around the countries. I've been going off in the caravan. It's been used a lot. It's been abused quite a bit as well. It's been stood in water, taking photographs when I've been stood in a lake. All I've done is just pressure washed it off with a garden pressure washer, nothing fancy on that. I just find it really, really good. I love the locking mechanism on the legs. They're dead easy to use just if you want to extend the legs up and things. The carbon fibre itself still feels lovely. It doesn't have a mark on it, as I say. The rubber doesn't have a mark on it. And it's still got the ease of use. All the quick release are perfectly well working still. No problems on them. they're supposed to be quarter of a turn. I tend to do a bit more than quarter of a turn on them. But there's no sticky bits. It doesn't stick in and out as you're trying to extend it or retract it. One thing I have really liked, and I didn't say in the main video, is the central part. I'm just going to move my camera back just a touch, and so hopefully you'll be able to see a bit better. That's the centre part. There's a centre leg. Now this will come out, and I've used this a couple of times for doing some macro photography. So let's see if I can just get this out of here. There's a little spring-loaded press button on the bottom. I shall pop that in, and what you can do, can you see me past there? What you can do is you can stick it upside down in there, and if you're doing macro photography, it means that the camera's suspended upside down. You do take the photographs upside down, but it's suspended upside down just above surface height, and that's really useful if you're doing low-level macro photography, especially if you're getting old like me and you can't get down easily. But also, this little hook, it's brilliant. I have used this little hook to get stability because I'm using usually on the top of this my G100 camera, which is not the heaviest of cameras, and it's very easy to get blown around in the wind. Well, with this on the bottom of there, stick it through the bottom again. I'll just put that back in the top, and you can see the hook there. Carrier bag, you can stick a carrier bag onto there if you want to. You can stick a camera bag on with the little hooks, and I'll show you the messenger bag in a second, and it's got some big brass rings on the side, and what I tend to do is just hook it onto there, and it creates a really good stability weight. I didn't tell you that in the original video, I don't think, but it's one of the most useful things on this tripod. I'm really impressed with that. Everything's back to front. There we are. I'm trying to do everything back to front on here. The whole thing's been really good. I love the fact that you can detach one leg as a monopod. I've used that a couple of times because I did a video a couple of years ago by using monopods, and by putting the head on here onto the end of the monopod, you get a really good carbon fibre monopod as well for the same price. It hasn't let me down. The tripod itself hasn't let me down at all. It is almost as fresh as it came out the factory. The case itself, which I did say at the time was quite a heavy duty case, hasn't started fraying, hasn't had problems which some of these woven cases do. And this has been through mud. It's been, oh good, it's been rained on, it's been in mud. The inside haven't got wet, which is really good because I didn't want the insides getting wet, particularly if I'm carrying it around in the rain. It's been one of those sort of things as well. It should, in reality, be filthy because the amount of mud and grime which has been on this, but it just wipes off with a damp cloth. Absolutely superb. So this is my A254C4 tripod. Now I have actually had a chance in that few months to try another one. My friend Paul Murray has a K&F Concept tripod, a much smaller, shorter one. Doesn't quite extend as far, but backward folding legs on it, and an ideal little travel tripod that one is as well. Again, for carbon fibre, and I'm knocked out by that. So across the range in the K&F Concept tripods, I would say. So tell you what I'll do. I'll interrupt this video quickly because I've got the email back from my friend Wendy, and I'll read out what's available on that, because from the 10th to the 20th of July this year, so this time limited, the more items you buy as a customer, the more you get to save with stacking on this. And this is for the K&F Concept Prime Day, which is their 7th anniversary, their 7th birthday. So there's all sorts of stuff in that. I'm trying to read because it's, what have we got? Direct price reduction on up to 75% savings. That's on a certain date, which you'll find in the details below. Some filters, tripods, backpacks, electronic adapters, etc. The base prices that you'll ever get from them. So that's what this say in this email that I've received from Wendy. There's a flash sale on the 15th of July at 7 p.m. local time. Offering a limited time sale where customers can snag filters, tripods and gift certificates. So that's really worth getting into on that one. There's discounted gift certificates. If you're going to buy a present for somebody, something like the tripod, then it's an ideal time to get them, and you can give the gift certificates for them. And there's double reward points. There's all sorts. I'll give the details below from the email. But anyway, back to the video, because well, I'll be getting bored on my own if I'm talking to myself. So back to me. Below. So, next thing, this is my K&F Concept messenger bag. Now this, when I did the review on this really got some mixed results. Some of you loved the idea of it, and some of you are very anti it. I didn't get too much problem when I talked about the tripod. Most people said that they were quite happy with that. But it's just a messenger bag, it's just this, it's just that. Well, yes, it is. But it's been very good for me. I still stand by the things that I dislike on it. I did want a handle on the top, and rather than the magnetic catches on the front, which aren't too bad actually, they are quite strong, I would prefer to have had the proper handles to undo. Preferences, but the magnetic side I don't particularly like, especially if I've got a lot of weight in the bag. What I do like is the fact that I can get my iPad in the back. I've got loads of spaces for my microphones, for spare batteries and all sorts of things. Lots of pockets and lots of adaptability in it. Really good. One small thing, I have got a slight mark on the leather which has developed. Just the tiniest little crack as the stitching comes to an end. It hasn't expanded, that was there. I actually noticed it just after making the original video, so it's been there the whole time. Hasn't expanded, hasn't done anything wrong, been great. Again, the front of this should be filthy. It's been hauled through all sorts of things, it's been covered in mud. Again, just to wipe down with a damp cloth has got it absolutely pristine. Even the bottom of the bag is nice and clean. I did say about the little brass rings, about putting them onto the hook, and it's really good if you've got camera gear in there, just a hook on the bottom of that tripod, just to give stability. I do miss the handle on the top, especially when I'm getting it in and out the car. That's the one bad thing for me. Inside, I've found it absolutely great. It's given a lot of protection to lenses and cameras and things. Over the moon with it. The one thing I haven't tried from K&F is some of their filters, and I intend to maybe try some of their filters soon, because one thing I haven't done much of is using filters. I don't do a great deal of nature photography, but I'm starting to get a little bit more of it. And the idea of using ND filters and CP filters, circular polarizers and neutral density filters, are very, very useful in that sort of scenario, especially if you're using something like a graduated filter as well to darken the sky off and bring the highlights up on the ground mass. So I am interested in seeing what happens with those from Kentfaith. So I'll be interested. Watch this space, because hopefully I'll be trying some of those out soon. But overall, I'm really happy with these. It's been about 5 months since I got them. As I say, both these have been to Cyprus twice with me. They've been dragged best part of the way around the country. They were with me in Blackpool last weekend in storm conditions. I mean, real storm conditions. The trouble is with this, the one drawback I've got with this tonight is I'm having to use my little Manfrotto tripod there, because I need to show you this tripod, and I'm missing it. I just find I've got so used to using this, especially with the Arca Swiss head on the top. I love the Arca Swiss heads. I'd always used the Manfrotto click-in heads, but I'd never really got into Arca Swiss heads. I've really got into this. I found it very, very stable, very, very easy to use. And I'm just wishing some of my other tripods had this type of head mount on as well, because it really is adaptable. But I'm starting to miss that a little bit, because I can't use it tonight, because I've got to show you it. So, as I say, discount codes below. Once again, this is actually a supported video. It's not a paid for video, but it is supported because they sent me the equipment through in the first place. And I do thank Wendy and the team at K&F Concept, because I probably wouldn't have considered using their products previously. But I'm over the moon that I have. I'm really loving what I've got. I'm really loving the fact that it is adaptable and it's hard wearing. And it's difficult to say anything when you've already used the positive expletives. It's difficult to say anything more. A tripod's a tripod. It's stable, it's adaptable, it's easy to maintain, it's easy to clean, and it's rugged. The bag itself, it's adaptable, it's easy to clean. It does what it says on the box, basically. It's a messenger bag with a couple of drawbacks, as I say, which I said in the original video. I haven't got anything else to add to that original video which has upset me or dissuaded me. So overall, K&F Concept, big win for you. Really impressed with you. Nothing to complain about. Lots and lots to be very happy about. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget these people, these wonderful people, are my Patreon patrons, and you can become a Patreon patron by following the link in the description below while you're looking at the discounts for the K&F Concept stuff. Also, if you don't want to be a patron of the channel, just want to give me a little bit of one-off support, which quite a lot of people do, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. There's a PayPal link down in the description below as well, where you can buy me a coffee. With the amount of coffee I go through, people say to me, But do you really spend it on coffee? Yeah, I do actually. I buy more cups of coffee than I get money coming in. It's very bad for me. But yes, if you would be support on that. But the main thing, give me a big thumbs up, give me a like. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already, because most of you aren't subscribers, and it really does make a difference and costs nothing to you except having it come up on your subscriber feed, which is really useful, but it makes the YouTube algorithms go wild and give me lots and lots of more views, which is what I really want. So thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for considering these products. As I say, if you have a look at the details in below for these, it is time limited, so make sure you get on the site fairly quickly and do it. I do make a little bit of money out of this because it is because every sale which goes through on the links which are below do actually help come back and help support the channel. So you're doing the channel a favour if you buy something as well, and it doesn't cost you more to do that. It's the same price, whatever. But it's going to get even cheaper because you've got discounts. So happy birthday, K&F Concept. Happy 7th anniversary. I'm really enjoying working with you. And hopefully I'll get back to you in a video or two's time and look at some of the other products which I've been given. I've been given the OBSBot cameras to try, which very unusual cameras. And I'm going to revisit them because they were interesting cameras in their own concept. A couple of lenses which I've looked at, and also the fantastic stuff from Zion, insofar as the lighting stuff that I've received from them, and my gimbal too, which I actually paid for my gimbal. Forget about that. Yes, I paid for my gimbal, but I'll still do a review on it as well since it's come from Zion. So they're in future videos. Keep your eyes open for them. But until the next time, keep on taking your camera out. Keep on having fun with your photography. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.